They will try to take your life, but never damn the bridge that you cross on. When you was at the gun, remember I will pick you up. Ungratefulness would never done. Ungratefulness would never done. Some ungrateful people, they always are wrong. Ungratefulness would never done. Ungratefulness would never done. Some ungrateful people, they always are wrong.
Remember, not man that's sharing bread with Jah. Share bread. Remember, I help you to the end.
Who want to honest as they will do to you? Who good and good will follow you? All the others you live. What is where you must be? Don't let no one tell you no. What you reap is what you sow. Far brighter tomorrow. Ungratefulness would never done. Ungratefulness would never done. Some ungrateful people, they always are wrong. Ungratefulness would never done. Ungratefulness would never done. Some ungrateful people, they always are wrong.
You gotta continue letting love flow night and day, and keep praying to the Almighty Jah.
They will live in your place and try to take your place. Them and their friends, they will talk hypocrites on you. That's what they will do. Don't trust them no more. Every day a new baby, you want spread cause allegation on you. Ungratefulness would never done. Ungratefulness would never done. Some ungrateful people, they always are wrong. Ungratefulness would never done. Ungratefulness would never done. Some ungrateful people, they always are wrong.
I tell them she have a master's in business administration. And if that's still not enough for all you to contemplate, the next thing that all you go hear, Emmeline Pierre have a doctorate. People from near, people from far, what they want is a female prime minister. You hear, sir? Someone who care about the future, the diaspora, want a female prime minister. Oh, people from near, people from far, want Emmeline Pierre to be the prime minister. Little children, grandma and grandpa, say they want a female prime minister. I remember when Emmeline came on the scene, I always knew she was heading for great things. The way she talked to people in the public, we appreciate you, Emmeline girl, when you speak. Because so many years you suffer in politics. The first time the woman run, Patrick Simmons give her some licks, but she never give up. The woman never quit. That is how I know she have determination and grit. People from near, people from far, what they want is a female prime minister. You hear, sir? Someone who care about the future. The diaspora want a female prime minister. Hey, people from near, people from far, want Emlyn Pierre to be the prime minister. Little children, grandma and grandpa say they want a female prime minister. Emlyn could talk, that woman could debate. Her mind real sharp, she should be running this state. A woman of faith, her tolerance is so great. She does compensate when people illiterate. So many detractors throwing dirty remarks. One thing that I know, they could never present the facts. This woman they call Emlyn Pierre, she is so glorified. Say what the hell all you want, but her limit is the sky. People from near, people from far, what they want is a female prime minister. You hear, sir? Someone who care about the future. The diaspora want a female prime minister. Hey, people from near, people from far, want Emlyn Pierre to be the prime minister. You hear, man? Little children, grandma and grandpa say they want.
And good night to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique.
20-something years.
You know what? I've taken that song from the top again, man. I've taken that song from the top again.
Yeah.
Good night to you, Jerry Batiste. Good night to the people of St. Andrew Southeast.
Of Grenada.
Yeah, you all got top billing tonight.
From the hills of Butch Grove, a champion rise, with one thing in mind, to improve people's lives. She was a teacher, so faithful and kind. She made sure no children was left behind. Some people want to know what is her qualification. I tell them she have a master's in business administration. And if that's still not enough for all you to contemplate, the next thing that all you go hear, Emlyn Pierre have a doctorate. People from near, people from far, what they want is a female prime minister. You hear, sir? Someone who care about the future. The diaspora want a female prime minister. Oh, people from near, people from far, want Emlyn Pierre to be the prime minister. Little children, grandma and grandpa say they want a female prime minister. I remember when Emlyn came on the scene, I always knew she was heading for great things. The way she talked to people in the public, we appreciate you, Emlyn girl, when you speak. Because so many years you suffer in politics. The first time the woman run, Patrick Simmons give her some licks, but she never give up. The woman never quit. That is how I know she have determination and grit. People from near, people from far, what they want is a female prime minister. You hear, sir? Someone who care about the future. The diaspora want a female prime minister. Hey, people from near, people from far, want Emlyn Pierre to be the prime minister. Little children, grandma and grandpa say they want a female prime minister. Emlyn could talk, that woman could debate. Her mind real sharp, she should be running this state. A woman of faith, her tolerance is so great. She does compensate when people illiterate. So many detractors throwing dirty remarks. One thing that I know, they could never present the facts. This woman they call Emlyn Pierre, she is so glorified. Say what the hell all you want, but her limit is the sky. People from near, people from far, what they want is a female prime minister. You hear, sir? Someone who care about the future. The diaspora a female prime minister. Hey, people from near, people from far, want Ellen Pierre to be the prime minister. You hear man? Little children, grandma and grandpa, say they want a female prime minister. 20-something years, this woman stood for a cause, overcame obstacles and breakdown of barriers, never got involved with political wars. Her main objective was helping the sufferers. This woman had a span when you cannot make ends meet. Emmeline very down to earth, she does support vendors on the streets. So what it is I am asking, to give Emmeline a chance. It's time that we put a woman in charge of we governance. People from near, people from far, what they want is a female prime minister. Someone who cares about we future, the diaspora. Want a female prime minister. Hey, people from near, people from far, want Emmeline Pierre to be the prime minister. You hear man? Little children, grandma and grandpa, say they want a female prime minister. I tell Emmeline to go assemble a team, because my sweet little country need rescuing from them vampires who run in this system. It's only their friends and family that benefiting, Lord. So I'm asking the people to show love for this lady, because I think she deserves to be treated like royalty. Once again I'm asking to give Emma your support. A better standard of living is what Emmeline promote. People from near, people from far, what they want is a female prime minister. Someone who care about we future, the diaspora. Want a female prime minister. Ooh, people from near, people from far, want Emmeline Pierre to be the prime minister. You hear man? Little children, grandma and grandpa, say they want a female prime minister.
Give me.
Yes, indeed.
Hey.
And saying good night to all of you joining us on the YouTube, all of you joining us on the Facebook. All of you presently on We Noise Radio and TV.
I'm standing here, firm and ready to fight a revolution.
Yeah, waiting for everybody to get in. It's already 17 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. Good night to you, Mr. and Mrs. Watts. Good night to you, Patricia and Matthew. Martin and Ms. V.
I know we got to make it.
Mr. and Mrs. Cruikshank, good night to you.
Back this country, got to do it now.
Alston and Kathy Pope, good night to both of you.
No solutions. And if we don't get
Auntie Doreen, good night.
taking back all we property,
Let me say a special good night to my Uncle Ba out there in the US.
industries,
Uncle Ba, your nephew loves you, yeah?
taking back all our we money, taking back the youth, they are this country. Cause all the things that
You're on my mind every day, Uncle Ba. Nice.
I know about you, but I know we gave them the power. We gave them the power. We gave them the
Ira, good night to you and good night to Mommy. Before Mommy give me some lash. Good night, Auntie Alice.
we give them the power. Oi, oi, oi. Give them the power.
And Beverly, good night to you too, eh?
Make it right, we give them the power.
Let me say good night to Millie and Jemlin and Maitland and Bossy and all my cousins.
The power to rule, not to make us fools.
Felix, all of you all. Good night to all of you.
And we box like mules. It's we who give them the power. We give them the power.
My relatives in the UK. And folks, we will be seeking your help, huh?
We give them the power. Oh,
I cannot, for certain reasons, go into full details on air. The bottom line is this. we Talking Points, we have to try and help 2 people to get their tickets for the UK. Yeah. And for certain reasons, I don't want to say the names, etc., on here. But you know, when I say that, it's something serious. You know, anytime I say that, it's something serious, and you know, most likely it involves a child, and you know, most likely the child isn't well. Yeah, and we're trying to get the tickets to get the child to the UK. I don't want to go into the details for certain reasons. I don't want to go into the details online. If you're willing to help, contact me directly, either on 421-7279 or 406-5422. You could contact me on either of those numbers. That's 421-7279 or 406-5422. Either one of those numbers, you can WhatsApp me and I'll put you in contact with the parents so that we can do what we have to do. But I don't want to call names, etc., on here for certain reasons.
The system designed to keep me under. Why poor people suffer, politicians fighting for. They're fighting for. They fight.
This is a young man we need to see back in competition, yeah.
And we give them the power. We give them the.
Always had some very, very strong presentations. Baraka, yeah.
We give them the power to make it right.
And it's actually a fellow who could actually sing, yeah.
Wrong and use the power to spite. We give them the power to lead.
So folks right now are saying, forget me. We need to get this child and the parent out. And ASAP, yeah, as in out, as in if it could be as early as this week, we'd be very, very happy. Yeah, because situation ain't nice. Nice?
Power, we give them the power.
Again, it involves a child and the child is not well and they need to get out, yeah? You see, things like this upset me because I know that if we had the national health insurance, that at least things like this would have been covered under the national health insurance. You would have had various aspects of this would have been covered. Wouldn't have had to be going through this sort of thing right now, yeah? So I'm saying forget about me, forget about all. Yes. If you want to help, contact me, WhatsApp me, drop me a message. Not in the chat as we're talking there now. Please no. Because sometimes I miss a lot of stuff inside there. I gave you the numbers. 421-7279. That's 421-7279. Or 406-5422. 406-5422. So you have the Digicel number, 421-7279. You have the flow number, 406-5422. You can contact me on either or, yeah? And we can see what we're doing, how we can assist the family in getting that child out. They can't do anything here. Yeah, and it's urgent. So it's something that needs to be addressed as soon as possible, yeah?
Get on wrong and use the power to fight. The power to lead. All we see is greed. Watch to you, the Prime Minister, that's my plea. It's we who give you the. We give you the. We give.
And folks, remember this Saturday, why am I not hearing myself? Yeah, this Saturday, that meeting is going to be taking place at Telescope Junction, starting from 6:30 as we celebrate the birthday of the political leader of the new National Party, leader of His Majesty's Opposition, the Honorable Emlyn Pear. And there's going to be a meeting at the same time, eh?
Then they forget us when they're ready to make the dance. Yes, for them to get governor.
I know tomorrow, I'll be celebrating tomorrow as well.
People have the power in.
My eldest son will be taking 18. Yeah. As of midnight tonight, he'll be officially 18 years old. Yeah.
I tell you, it's real give them the.
So I say a very special happy birthday to my eldest son, Jamil. Yeah, one of these nights I will make sure that he around so he could come on camera so all you could see Jamil. Yeah. You all always see JJ, but you all don't see Jamil. So I will make sure that One of these nights, Jamil is around so you all can see Jamil. And all you know, Daddy ain't playing like that. All you know, he registering within the next 48 hours. Eh?
Hey, give Daddy.
Again, folks, I continue to pick up some information about the behavior of some of the registration offices and the people at the offices. Now, I'm not saying that we need to go with any aggressive attitude. Don't do that. Because if you go with a negative, you're starting a negative situation. So you may find yourself in being responded with in a negative way. Yeah? So we're going with a positive attitude when we go to do our registrations at these offices. What you need to carry with you, you're a Grenadian citizen, Grenadian by birth, you carry a birth certificate or some form of national ID. Also, if you're already past the age of 18, you may have your driver's license, you may have your passport, you may have your national insurance card. You can carry that as proof. Yeah, you can carry that. It's always good if you have your birth certificate to carry that as well. You also need to prove that you have residence in the constituency where you're registering. So you need to carry, a, boy, how you could interfere with me? No, yeah. You need to carry with you some sort of bill. Now, the problem that we're having is that most bills have gone paperless. So people don't get paper bills again as such from Grenlec. You don't have your Grenlec bill come in, postman come and drop Grenlec. Well, I don't know for all you, but I haven't seen a Grenlec bill in the longest while. Yeah, because I've had the app for a while now, and now they've updated that you could pay online and everything. So I usually do what I have to do that way. But you don't have the paper bills again. Flow, Digicel, all of them, they have gone paperless. So you're not getting the paper documents again. I am not aware if NWASA still does paper bills. Again, I use their app and see how much it is and so on and do everything online. I avoid going and have to stand up in the line. And so when I could be researching or reading or preparing for the program for the night or helping somebody else with something, instead of going and stand up in the line there for a whole half hour sometimes or even more according to the time a month and if they're cutting off. Yeah? So it may be difficult for some of you to carry the bill, but if you I think they would accept it if you have the bill on your device that you're able to show that your name is there. If you are, like in the case of my son, who would not have any bills in his name at this point in time, he can go with, he's staying at his mother, he can go with the bills from by his mother. Yeah? That should be accepted, right? Because if there's a challenge, then it's up to the registration office and officers to do their investigation to ensure that he does live where it is that he says he lives. Yeah, but he can provide that. That is not in his name. If you have it in your name, perfect. If it's not in his name, he can carry his mother's. So those of you who have, because I mean, they can't really and seriously expect a person who was 17 years old just yesterday to suddenly have bills and so in their name already, especially since the law says that they're supposed to be in school up to the age of 18, isn't it? That's what the law says. So you can't expect an 18-year-old to walk in there with bills in their name. So there has to be that leeway that's taking place there. I did speak to one CARICOM national. They're Grenadian, but they were born outside of the state of Grenada. Yeah? I think their grandparents or somebody were Grenadian, but they've been living in Grenada for an extended period of time. They were registered previously. They left the island for a number of years. So obviously, after 5 years, the name comes off the voting scroll. And they're now seeking to put their name back on. And now that they're going to put their name back on, they're being given the runaround. So let me say to you all, once you are a Commonwealth citizen, you belong to a Commonwealth country and you have stayed, you've been in Grenada for the last 12 months, the last 12 months, you can legally be registered as an elector. Yeah, you can have your voter's registration card. You can be registered as an elector in the state of Grenada. Yeah? I would say to you, though, that you need to make sure that you understand what is going on in Grenada. That you make a decision for Grenada as you would make for the place where you may have been born. That you make a decision that is in the best interest of the people of Grenada and not just your individual, personal preference, but something that you know for a fact is going to be good for the people of Grenada, because you cannot see what exists now and believe that that is where Grenada should be. You cannot see what is taking place now. All the rush to get things done now. I was listening to GBN News tonight. Sorry, MTV, I didn't get a chance to listen to you all because I had a little trip out down here. Next thing I bzzz and all kind of thing taking place. That's why it took a few minutes to get on tonight. I had a little power issue here. That plain power, but that power issue a while ago. Yeah. And I was looking at it, and I've seen a trend over the past few weeks. And St. Andrew Southeast, I want to speak to you directly tonight. Protect your MP. They're coming at your MP, the political leader of the New National Party. They're coming at her from all angles. The thing is, I know she's more than capable. She's more than competent. But back her up. Don't leave all the work to her and her team that is around her. Back her up. Because I see they're having things and they're talking about, I'll challenge GBN on this. Since when the person to speak on something happening in a person who was elected by the people's constituency, so St. Andrew Southeast, the elected representative is the Honorable Emlyn Pierre. And you have a government program taking place there that, by right, should have been directed by the Minister of Works, who happens to be the Prime Minister in this instance, or the line minister regarding that project. But they're using this opportunity to try and give David Andrew a blight. Yeah? Constituency caretaker. Who the hell constituency caretaker? David Andrew, the MP for the area is the Honorable Emlyn Pierre. Yeah? And then they try to fix it down at the end because I realized that GBN, the Grenada Broadcasting Network, is simply GIS, the Government Information Service 2.0. You have absolutely no investigative journalism taking place there. None. They don't investigate anything. Probably go into ChatGPT and pull up something. No investigative journalism taking place. I'm calling it as I see it. If all you vex with me, I ain't care. Because I just make top ranking in all your news when all you have bad thing to say about me. So me ain't care. All you gonna do? Do more news story on me? I don't care. Just make sure whatever you're saying truthful. But I'm making sure the public knows that what you all are doing is basically party propaganda on behalf of the NDC. That is what GBN has gone to. I don't care if somebody don't like what I'm saying. I'm saying the truth. I could sleep well tonight. I ain't even busting a snore. I'm sleeping like a baby. Because I know that what I'm saying is the truth. What we are seeing taking place there, you look at GBN. Pay attention. Have you all been paying attention to what comes across as news on GBN over the past few months? Have you all been really paying attention? You all don't realize it's just a regurgitation of GIS news for the first and second segments on GBN night after night after night after night. And it's just towing the government line. They don't ask any serious questions of the administration. And I don't blame the young reporters. I don't blame them. They've come into a system. They see the system operating in one particular way. They conform. I don't even blame some of the senior reporters because they know better. They've been through training courses and they can't tell me I don't know. I've been involved in the media in Grenada since the year 1996. That before some of the people working in the media now was even born. I have been involved in the media in Grenada. In radio, television, newspapers. I've been involved in all of them. I've been involved in this thing since 1996. I've never worked for Leslie Pierre. I've never worked with Leslie Pierre, but I used to go and sit down in the office and talk with him. I knew the late Errol Maitland very well because he was the one who gave me my first opportunity through Voice of Grenada, even before there was an MTV, in the newsroom of Voice of Grenada radio station back in 1996. The Informer newspaper. So I know what I'm talking about because I've been around long and I see many people come into the industry and I see many people go. I see some people go and come back. So I think I'm very qualified to say that there is no investigative journalism taking place in this island right now. Unless somebody comes and drop a salacious story into their lap and they realize it's something that the government ain't go vex for them with, then they're going to go with that. You hearing any investigative journalism taking place in relation to anything else? You seeing any community programs taking place right now when they say, okay, we're going out in the community and do that? You're not seeing any of these things. And I'm saying it now because I know when the new National Party returns to office in the next few months, all of a sudden they're going to remember what investigative journalism is. So I'm saying it from now. So maybe they might start a little early. Start to do the investigative stories. You all have competent people there. I ain't want to call name, but you all have competent people there who have done the training and know the standards and know what to do. But I don't know from what level it is coming at. You all are stifling the ability of these people to do what is necessary. I say it, I get it off my chest and I'm good. Yeah? I ain't saying all your line. All I'm saying is that all you're only towing a particular political party line. You all pay attention. If there's a positive story regarding the new National Party, it's going to come up in the third or late in the second segment or the third segment of the news. By that time, people don't start to tune off to go to MTV News already. If it is something positive towards the NDC, first segment of the news. Or early in the second segment, while the audience is still there. It's clear to see what's taking place there. And now they're doing these PR pieces for the NDC candidate for St. Andrews Southeast. He still go get licks. He still go get licks. And this time he go get it worse than he get the last time. He still go get it. Yeah, just mark my words, he go get it. Yeah, just remember, on the 18th of August 2026, Sheldon Scott said at 8:37 that David go get relics next election. The one that coming, worse than he get, the one that gone. Yeah? But they know that. They have been cussing Justin Pierre. Because Justin Pierre has put out his findings from his recent research, it dates to April, where it shows that the new National Party has the lead in the polls at this point in time. Yeah? That's what he did his thing and it come up and it showed that. Them NDC all over cussing the man. Oh, number one, he is not hired or paid or associated with the new National Party. That is one thing. I could guarantee you that. And he puts his information out there, NNP, NDC, GULP, whoever could go and research and find out what he's saying. Anybody could go and check. And he has now challenged that if you do not believe what he's saying, he's willing to provide the information that he came to his conclusion with. Because he has information that he has drawn down, and that is how he came to the conclusion that he came. And he's willing to provide that to any of the pollsters out there so that they can double check what he came to as a conclusion utilizing the same data sets that he used to come to that conclusion. I'm pretty sure you ain't going to hear much people. Well, how much are all these pollsters or statisticians that you're able to get the information that he has and verify what he's saying? But he's opened the door. But you think that they really don't believe what he's saying. They know what he's saying is true. So that is why you see them right now like mad ants all over the place. Come in and knock your door. You ain't see them into the whole of 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025. They was living life in Dubai. All man and his brother. Every time you check, there was one member or the other, or even more than that, in Dubai. Every time you look for them, they were in where? Dubai. They're afraid to go Dubai now. One reach in Qatar. And he's still afraid when he go there. So they reach in Dubai. That's what it was. Every time you're looking for them for the last 4 years, they were not here. They were eating caviar and lobster. And if they were allergic to shellfish, they was out there eating beef and mutton. Yeah, Kobe beef. They were out there. They were not here to service you in the constituency and what you needed. But now that election draweth nigh, they have decided that they come in and knock your door and asking you what you want and what you think about them. Do you really think they would have to come and ask you what you think about them if you were seeing them all the time? They would have know what you think about them. They would not have to come and ask you anything. Yeah, they're not new to this. They've been around for the last 4 years. In fact, some of them longer than that. They would not have come to you now to try and find out what you think about what's going on in the country right now. All of a sudden. And the thing is, just remember this, Grenadians. Remember this. From what we have been told, the roadworks we see taking place now, the government of Grenada is not paying for it. Let me repeat. The roadworks we see taking place right now, from the airport, I think they reach down by where I'm staying, they're going down by Beacon and thing they know. Yeah, right. The work that we see taking place in the road there now is not yet being paid by the people of Grenada. The contractor put forward a proposal. The government okayed it. They said, go ahead and do it using your own money. And when you complete it, we're going to pay you. We, the Grenadian people, don't know the total amounts involved and the percentage interest on those amounts. And remember, that has to be counted as a debt, part of the debt stock of Grenada. Because you owe these people. These people are doing a project, you owe them. Even if it's so what they do already right now, you're going to owe them. So we have to pay that in the future. So you know it's an NP who have to pay it. We have to pay that in the future. So whether it's Namalco or Calco or Renault, yeah, Renault, the company that loves everybody. Renault, we are going to have to pay them in the future. So they're doing the work now, but the payments will come in the future. But it has not been made public to you. It has not been made public to me and all of us as Grenadians. Just how much are we going to be paying to these people? What is the interest? Is the interest on the declining balance? We do not know how much is going to have to be paid. If things continue the direction they're heading, you may see that there's an increase in the cost of construction materials, which will increase the overall cost of these projects. Has that been figured into the price that was agreed on by the government of Grenada? Because they told these companies, you go out, get a design for how you want this done. When you do that design, then you're going to bring that information into us, the government of Grenada, and the government of Grenada is going to give you the okay, or whether to go with it or not. We're going to say, okay, you could go with it or not, and that sort of thing, change this aspect of it. And so we finalize the price, and then you're going to be paying. And so we don't know what's the cost up to now or what the future costs will be. And you're dealing with at least two companies that are in court in Trinidad for the same kind of thing. Namalco and Calco are in court in Trinidad because they had that same type of arrangement, and they have been accused of overcharging, inflating the cost of the project. I think it's into the billions of dollars or something like that. Overinflating the cost of the project, and therefore the incoming government at that time decided they ain't paying, and the whole thing ended up in court. Along with a sitting government minister, the whole thing, and he's back sitting again, the whole thing ended up in the courts in Trinidad. So we have to understand what we're dealing with here. In desperation, they decided that, hey, we don't have the money, because they found money to increase their salary within weeks of coming into office. Before the first payday come, they increased their salary. They didn't show you if they could do the work. They didn't show you if they qualified to do the work. They had no achievements so far, but they increased their salary significantly. Then they take a little while and they increase it even further. And they were not even able at that point in time to say we have achieved A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, E, I, O, U. Nothing. They couldn't show you that they have completed. But they made sure that they increased their salaries. Then they come and they talk about, oh, we paid the pension. Let me say something here tonight. It is only in desperation and in only a belief that you, the Grenadian people, from their perspective, they believe that you stupid, that any NDC should come in front of your door and claim that NDC restored pension. Lover or hater, you have to thank Hermelin Armstrong. That is who you have to thank. That is the individual who took the matter to court. I think there was somebody else as well that took that matter to court along with the union. It's lawyers like Cadgington Hood that deal with that. You never hear Deacon Mitchell went to no court to stand up with Hermelin Armstrong to get pension restored for Grenadian workers. You never hear Deacon Mitchell in that. You never hear him representing the government. You never hear him representing the workers. You never hear him representing the union. In fact, he was always the lawyer that was fighting against the trade union movements. That is why when Monty stood up on the platform just before the last election and said what he said, people started to boo him and all sort of things, but he knew what he was saying. Senator Andre Lewis knew what he was saying. That, hey, you all go ahead and make a choice. Just remember the person you might go to choose there is anti-worker. It's not a person you can accuse and say, well, oh, they're anti-worker because we wanted 6% and they give us 4%. No, it was a person who was actually working against the union actively in several court cases, worked against the trade unions. So it is an absolute act of desperation for the NDC to go around and claim to anybody that they are the ones that restore pension. The pension was restored before they came back to office. There were millions of dollars back in 2017 paid to several people who had their pensions restored, and that was due to who? Hermelin Armstrong. That particular case. And the case is online, so you could go and read it there. Don't let these people insult your intelligence. You are not stupid. You see, they have in their mind this concept that they could just tell Grenadians something, and because them say it, you must believe it. I'm saying to you that the case is online. If you can't find it, get the grandchildren to find it. It is online. You could go and you could read it. Nowhere in that are the name Deacon Mitchell. Nowhere in that, in fact, you see any of the lawyers associated with the NDC. This was fought by the trade union and that lady. So if you had to thank anybody for the restoration of pension, you could thank her. And if you had to thank anybody, if you want to thank them, if you want to talk about taking away pension, that was the revolution, not the NNP. So you have to understand what is taking place there. Yeah, you have to understand what is taking place there. Let me just deal with that phone. I'll get right back to you all, folks.
Ooh yeah. I am stuck between a rock and a hard place in this modern time. God gave us a gift, we burn and we cranium, still He gave us a mind. Think about positive endeavors to make we life rise up. But some people that I know thinking so low, they burn living in the dust because they would see it on the name of a brother with malice in.
Yes, indeed, folks. So if anybody had to say that they were the ones that restored pension, the courts restored pension, and they restored it through Hermelin Armstrong. They restored it through the work of the Grenada Public Workers Union. And you're going back as far as Madonna Harford and so on. Yeah? You're going as far back as her when she was president of the union. In fact, over many years, you've heard this issue raised again and again at Mayday. So for NDC to go out there boasting, we restore pension. NDC didn't restore no pension. And NDC had no choice but to pay pension because there was a court order. And if they challenge what I'm saying, they're challenging the facts. Because I can go online and pull the case and show you. But I want them to say that I lie first. But they're going around. Oh, well, who restored pension? Is NDC? You did not restore pension. There was a court order that the pension had to be paid. At the time of the last election, the New National Party was working out how you're going to pay it. Would you pay it in one lump sum? Because you could pay it in one lump sum, but then how do you deal with other things? Because right now you may have had the money to do the roads and not have to put yourself down for interest payments going down the road or increasing the debt stock of Grenada. You may have been able to give the pensioners money, and by now you may have had extra money left over that you would have been able to do what you had to do. So you're looking at the modalities. How are we going to pay it? Not if you're going to pay it. There was never a question of if you're going to pay it. That is the nonsense that was sold by the NDC. There was never a question of if you're going to pay it. But you see, they think you're stupid. So they come into you and say, well, NDP wasn't going and pay no pension. That is not the case. Well, Dr. Mitchell say, if they pay the pension, they'd have bust the country. No. What he was referring to is that if you go and you do it in one way, there can be financial implications for the state that may be disastrous. But that you had to find the proper way to do it. You didn't have a choice. It had to be paid. Windy could have come back to life, run election and win, and you would have had to pay it. No matter who it is, you had to pay it. But they continue to give the impression that they were the ones that all you do nothing for pension. All you just happened to be in the driver's seat and all you happened to have the treasury at the time. So you all happened to make the payment. Post-hoc, what you go again? Post-hoc, ergo, yeah, try to remember that Latin phrase. It's eluding me right now. One of my Latin speaker friends may have to remind me of the post-hoc, ergo, just ain't coming to me tonight. Yeah, my Latin is getting a bit wavy. Yeah? Post hoc ergo propter hoc. I think that is it. Yeah. In spite of and not because of. Yeah? So pension happened in spite of the NDC and not because of the NDC. That is what has taken place. But they're all over the place. We pay pension. We pay pension. We pay pension. Pay pension here. Government pay pension. No NDC. You had to pay it. No matter who it is, it had to be paid. You couldn't avoid paying it. You'd have been in contempt of court. They would have dragged the Minister of Finance to the jail cells. Whoever the Minister of Finances would have been dragged. You couldn't avoid paying that. I understand these people and them. And then keep telling you all, don't let these people and them insult your intelligence. Yeah?
Give us a mind to think about positive endeavors to make we life rise up. But some people that I know thinking.
And now they've come with some measures that they say, so we're supposed to be, when are we having the VAT-free shopping day? I think we're supposed to be having the VAT-free shopping day coming up sometime soon. Folks, if it is an opportunity for you to save $1, I say make use of it. It's an opportunity for you to save $1, make use of it. But understand it's a political gimmick. Because instead of one day, what you could have done is looked at the basket of goods and say that this basket of goods, we realize that these are the things that the average Grenadian needs the most, and reduce the cost on that so that over an extended period of time, that Grenadians would have been able to have savings. Instead of that, they put in a 2 VAT-free. If you don't have VAT-free, all you better hope they pay in time for a little benefit from the VAT-free day. Those of you that do it all them look a project around. Yeah? And you know something? I speak about a pension, but I need to make a call here. I need to call on the Public Workers Union, the Grenada Public Workers Union, their present executive and their former executives. Because those of you on the former executives know what I'm saying is the truth. Come out and tell the people who really fight for workers' rights. Stop allowing Deacon Mitchell to have stolen valor. Americans hate this thing they call stolen valor. Stolen valor is when you're walking around in a military uniform. It's actually a criminal thing in the United States. You're walking around wearing a military uniform and getting benefits as though you were part of the military when you never even go to training camp. You never spend a day in the military. You never even go on the camp to see what you look like. But you have on military uniform because you know there are some places that military personnel will either eat free or get things at a certain price. And so there are some folks that put on military uniform and they even put on medals as though they win awards and things. You see them men with Bronze Star ribbon with V and thing for valor as though they hate them men and them. Though easy. And it is actually something you can be arrested and charged for in some parts of the United States. Stolen valor. Grenada Public Workers Union. And I believe there were 2 other unions involved, TAU and another union that was involved in this one. Do not allow Deacon Mitchell. Do not allow Deacon and Miss Mitchell and the NDC administration to pull any stolen valor on you. Do not allow them to try and steal your thunder and Hermelin Armstrong thunder. She was the one that stood up together with the union. When they were looking for somebody, she was the one that stood up. Where the gun was? Where Toes and all of them was? Oliver Joseph probably had more to do with restoration of pension. Oliver Joseph, yes, NNP, Oliver Joseph, have more to do with the restoration of pension than Deacon Mitchell. Okay, he was part of the Public Workers Union too. Don't let these people and them. Yes, the Grenada Union of Teachers, TAU and the Public Workers Union. Those were the unions. Yeah, that were involved in that. They must come out sooner or later and speak about this. You can't. Folks, you know what? 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. I hope all you're ready because election is waiting on all you, you know. All you have to get all yourself ready for when it call. Election and sit down there and waiting for you all and saying, well, I'm waiting until Sheldon ready. No, it ain't sit down waiting on nobody. It's not sitting and waiting on anyone. We have to make sure that we are ready. And when I say we, you the individual, you have to make sure that you are ready for when the election bell is rung. Yeah? You have to make sure that you are ready. Yeah, and they see grasping at straws. So you know it's election they go in and call? You're smart people. You know that it is election they go in and call. Yeah? Who are the people that fight for this thing? Mr. Cadgington Hood. That was one of the lawyers that fight for this thing. Ruggles Ferguson. You know better. Ruggles Ferguson. My good friend. You know better. Ruggles, you just staying quiet and allowing people stolen valor. You know better. Jimmy Bristol, you know better. And you staying quiet. We all have to speak out about this. Because the NDC trying to, and you know there are a lot of them out there in the diaspora that have been fooled with this thing. They actually think that it was a situation that people were not going to get it and that the NDC came in and did contrary to what the last government was doing and gave people. No, there was a court order in place. This thing. One of these days, I'm going to bring on Mr. Cadgington Hood to talk about pension. Yeah, one of these days I'm going to bring on Mr. Cadgington Hood to talk about pension and to let people know. Yeah? And to let people know exactly how this pension thing came about. Because he was one of the people involved. I ain't see Deacon Mitchell name involved there. I could call Ruggles, Jimmy, Kaji. Them name I could call. I don't see no Claudette was involved there. I ain't see no Deacon was involved there. The names that I called a while ago are the ones that I know were involved. Not I think, not maybe, not may have been involved. That I can tell you for sure were involved. So this kind of rewriting of history and gaslighting that they're trying to give you all there. Of the NDC. NDC come in and give who a pension? NDC bring pension to who? What pension payments NDC come and do? The courts order that pension payments be made. In fact, there was already a secretariat in place. By the point in time that the NDC came into office, there was a pension secretariat that was put in place. And they had started their work. They come in and talk about such a nonsense. Every time I hear that, I say, by all you're thinking, they're trying to damage my intelligence, man. Don't do that. Ewart Lane was involved. Could tell you the people who were involved. Ewart Lane, headache, was involved. These are the people that was involved in ensuring that workers get back the pension. I remember Ewart was part of what? The revolution, the same revolution that took it from the workers. And he was involved in making sure the workers get it back. Don't come telling us about NDC restore pension. Come again. Tell us something else. Don't tell us that particular one. Yeah? So folks, I know many of you have been receiving, over the past few days, you've been receiving your electricity bills. You've been seeing what's taking place there. You've been receiving your electricity bills. Let me see. They say end of August. That's when we go. Let me go to the phone line. All you here? We have a caller on the line. Hello, good night.
Hello?
Hi, good night. Yes, caller, you're live. Go right ahead. Caller, you're live. Go right ahead.
Hello, good night.
Good night, my dear.
How are you?
Hey, I'm fine.
As you're talking about pension, I want to get it really straighter because, sometimes when you ask people what NDC do for the 4 years, they say they pay pension. The pension that they had paid out after they won the election, this pension was revoked or is still on? Is that still something that is still on? Because I know they said that there's something like you have to they're taking out money from the salary now to put in a pension scheme. And so that pension that the lady had fought for, they still have that pension in place?
No, yes, that pension was restored. Yeah? So you had
Hello?
Okay, I'll talk after you finish. Hello, caller, I'll talk after you're finished. I'll just respond. So you go ahead and ask the questions. I'll respond afterwards because you're not hearing me.
Yeah, I was asking if the pension that NDC had paid off when they had won the 2022, the last election there, if the that pension is still in place, or they revoke that pension scheme and do something else, because I know they had started something that they're taking out money from the people's salary and put in a something like a susu. So when you leave, they could go and they could get something.
What I will do, my dear, I think I will make a call. I will make a call and you will get the answer to that question. Hello, yeah, I'll make a call and you'll get an answer to that question, my dear.
Okay, because the reason why I want to know is because sometimes when speaking to people, NDC people, and they're saying that NDC pay pension and the no government ever do that, NDC that what they do, and that's part of what NDC they do pension. I just want to have everything in place so I, tell people the truth,
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I'll clarify that for you shortly.
Okay.
Okay, my dear.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed, folks. All you know, anytime I say I go in and make a call. All you know, every time I say I go in and make a call. So let me go and let me make a call. Right? Let me make a call to one of the people who was involved in the whole thing. Let me make a call. Yeah? And oops, wrong one. Hello, good night, sir.
Hello.
Good night, sir. How you doing?
Hi, Sheldon.
Cajington Hood.
Why are you bothering me from? Why are you bothering me?
Somebody called me and they say, boy, you better call that man, Somebody called me there and they say, no, well, listener was just asking if the pension that Hermelyn Armstrong had fought for and the people get, if that pension continues, because she's a bit confused now that you're hearing that people have to be paying into, I usually call it a susu, but they're paying into this pension fund now to receive a pension. So she wanted clarity on what really take place.
Okay, let me explain. The Hermelyn Armstrong case, let me put it into historical perspective. The Hermelyn Armstrong case was determined under the NDC administration. Mm-hmm. Let's be very clear. Mm-hmm. It was an individual basis. It has a slightly different factual matrix to the matter that was determined in 2022. So you're going off course if you try to apply the Hermelyn Armstrong case to everybody in the public service. And that is the reason why we had to go to court to get a more general determination of the pension issue. So leave Hermelyn Armstrong alone. Don't bother her. Leave her out of that. Mm-hmm. All right? Mm-hmm. The Hermelyn Armstrong case, however, is of benefit because it points us in a direction that the court wanted to go. Now, if the NDC wants to claim that they are the ones who put back pension, why did they not do it after Hermelyn Armstrong won her case?
Because again, that was during the period of the last NDC administration.
Yes, Hermelyn Armstrong's case was determined in 2012. Mm-hmm. When I became AG in 2013, based on that case, based on other cases, I advised the Prime Minister and we started negotiating with the unions. We did not come to a final determination. We involved the ECCB, our past permanent secretary, Mr. Antoine, is now head. He was head at the time. And we were getting along fine. But anyway, election came, leave that alone. So after the 2018 election, the matter was raised again in a general way. And I got involved. And you have it right. The names you call correct. Headache did a lot of work. Ruggers did some work. Jimmy is the one who presented with all of us. When I was representing GUT, Jimmy was representing PW, Ruggers was representing Tau, and Headache was in the background there. We spent a lot of long nights discussing and arguing and coming up with something. And then Jimmy took the lead in terms of presenting. So that must be very clear. At the time when the ruling came out, Miss Dia Forrester was the Attorney General. Dr. Mitchell gave him his credit. He could have challenged the decision, and the matter could have gone up to the Privy Council. Dr. Mitchell decided he was not going to challenge the decision. If Dr. Mitchell had decided to challenge the decision, we would have still be fighting in court. I bet you. Because our present administration has not taken a single step, and I want to repeat it because I have it in my heart. I want to repeat it. This administration has done nothing for the rule of law. I heard them talking about rule of law. One of the most basic rights is for a person who has lost a case to appeal it. And the only way you can appeal the case is by having a record. In Grenada, we cannot produce a prompt record. There are some people waiting to appeal the case, some 10 years and more. And Sheldon, I'm not exaggerating. Go and ask Mr. DeBorg in prison. And this administration, and listen to me, they know about it. They know about it. We can't get our appeals done. So don't tell me nothing about rule of law. When the simplest thing to do is to pay a few $100,000 less than what they pay for the drone shows on them. It costs less than the drone shows. And we have to be clear on that. So I went off of it because something just jumped my mind and I decided to let it go.
We will come back on that later, but we're going back on what we was on.
Let's get back to that. So I know the point I'm making is that if here where I went off, if Dr. Mitchell had challenged the pension ruling, right, we would not have had a record up to now. You with me? And no pension would have been paid.
Yeah, because you'd have still been in the court. You couldn't make a payment at that time. You still would have been fighting in court.
Yes, but I'm saying you would not even have had an appeal. That's 2022. By the time they put together the record and everything else, we'll have been ready for election now. Because we don't have a proper recording system. That's the point. So Dr. Mitchell, if he wanted, could have stalled everything by filing an appeal. And I bet your bottom dollar, not a cent would have been paid. He would have kicked the can down the road and he could have said, well, you know me, I run in there and let somebody else speak. But Dr. Mitchell didn't do that. I heard people cussing him and saying this and that and the other. I understand what you're saying about not paying the pension. But when you're carrying the crown, you have to make certain crucial financial decisions for the health of everybody. And Dr. Mitchell kept repeating, I can't pay all the pension because it go damage the economy. We have to manage it. The unions know that because the union wrote to the AG saying they're willing to sit down on and work out a modality of payment. So I am shocked that no union person is coming out to say that. They literally agreed. And then the elections came. And this administration decided they ain't talking. They're paying. Because they have money in the treasury. They didn't work for it. The money just there, so pay it. So wait, let me answer the lady's question. Madam, you're correct. What they did, was it a year ago in 2025? They removed the old pension that they say. They're now trying to say they pay pension, you know. But in 25, they remove it. Let me repeat it again. They want to say they pay pension, but they pay pension going backward, and then they remove it going forward.
Mm-hmm.
So, madam, the old pension that people fight for, this NDC government have removed it. And I've said time and again, I'm waiting for somebody to come to instruct me. That Susu Act is unconstitutional.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't affect me. It affects public servants who are appointed after January 1st, 2025. I am saying that act is unconstitutional. So anytime the pension talk comes up, those who supporting the NDC administration should shut up, because you have removed the 1958 pension. That's what they have done. So the only persons getting the old pension that we fought for in 2022 are those who were appointed before the 1st of January 2025. I think that's the date. Sheldon, is that the date? Isn't that the date they passed the new act?
I don't have the exact date in front of me. I can find it, but I don't have it in front of me.
Yes. So to answer the lady's question again, madam, the 58 pension that Dr. Mitchell and NNP agreed to allow to go on and to be reinstituted and to pay all the back pay, the new NDC administration, by a stroke of a pen, has removed it. And that's a fact. Mm-hmm. That's not politics.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fact. And they removed it in spite of the unions themselves asking the government. The letter clearly said, well, there must be a copy somewhere. Clearly said, to speak in Grenadian parlance, we don't want to bust the treasury. So we don't want all one time. Let us sit down and see, to schedule it. It went to the Attorney General, and the Forester answered and invited dialogue. Then the elections came. And this administration threw out the baby with the bathwater.
So let me ask something now, Kaji. Someone who has been in the service and let's say they're qualifying this year, they would have made the qualifying criteria for the 1958 pension. Which pension are they going to get?
When you say the qualifying criteria?
The requisite number of years within the service.
Okay, maybe 10 years, 20 years, whatever it is.
Yeah.
No, it only, the new act, they couldn't take it away.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't give retrospective effect to acts. Mm-hmm. So it's only people appointed after the Susu Act came into force.
So people who are appointed now will no longer get the 1958 when they reach the qualifying criteria.
Right.
They will only get the Susu.
Yes. But the people who are appointed before, there is a provision in the Susu law that you could trade in your entitlement under the 58 pension for something, I don't know how they're calculating it, under the Susu law.
Oh, so
you understand?
You have the option to give up the 1958 and take the Susu.
Take the Susu. I don't know which mad person will do that. I've said before, and I want to say it publicly all over the world, there is no way that pension is constitutional. I bet my reputation on that. I want to go to court with that.
Because it's gone back to what took place in 1983 again. Where you once again, you the same thing that has just been fought for and settled on, you take it out again.
Yes, except that you create something and, well, you see, just as how you put it on the NIS, it's the same thing they've done. They deducting money and put it under some group of people.
No, let me ask this other part now. So the same person who, I think it's 24 and a quarter or whatever, they've made their
26 and 2/3.
26 and 2/3, right?
But that, so hold on, that's maximum pension. Eh?
Yeah.
You could get pension. You have to do at least 10 years to get a pension.
Yeah, you could get early.
Right? But maximum is 26 and 2/3. Go ahead.
Right. So the people who are in the system who have not yet made that, they were confirmed years ago, they've not yet made that. Is money being removed from their salary?
They have to get a 58 pension because the time of service started before the time of service started before that.
But
And as far as hold on, I'm answering your question. I know where you're going.
Mhm.
They could tell the government, don't touch my money.
Okay.
And I would like somebody to do that to see what the administration is going to do.
So without them saying that now, is the administration removing monies from their money for the Susu pension?
But that's the point I am making. They
But
have
they can't
caused
be doing
corruption.
that. They can't be doing that.
Hello, this administration is expert at causing confusion. They don't want to follow the law. They're telling people, don't tell me what to do. We go do what we want. It's the same thing they did with the oil and gas. The law says let the minister appoint a committee. They appoint two committees. The law say you get pension by your service. Them bright people and them change it and say no, you have to pay to get pension. You have to start a susu. They like to do things, tie up things. So they are creating monsters all over the place.
But this is absolute madness now, because I actually qualify. If you, I'm not saying that I do, but I'm just saying hypothetically, I qualify for the 58 pension. Yet still you taking money out of my money now for the susu. You can't.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. They are not supposed to take it. Because that's a false pretense. That's as far as I'm concerned, that's a false pretense. You're touching my rights, my property, right? Contrary to Section 6 of the Constitution.
The next question is, where are the unions in this? Where is TAU, GUT,
Me asking,
the Public Workers Union?
Tell us, poor me job you asking that? Poor job me asking that, Sheldon? Where the union and that? Sheldon, you're forgetting who you're talking to. No, really. Me asking where?
But the thing is, this fallacy has been pushed on Grenadians from day one of this administration, that the NDC has restored pension. And
they have not restored.
Yeah.
The NDC has taken away the 58 pension. Read the act. Read the Susu Act. In the Susu Act, they say expressly they're cutting away Cap 336, all of the pension acts. Read it for yourself.
And when you say all of the pension acts, you're referring to the one that refers to the teachers, the police, the other sectors as well.
Teacher, whatever.
Nurses, and so yeah, the ones that refer to specific sectors.
But hold on, man. Let me tell you something now. They didn't take out the pension that fallen on them here.
No, they haven't touched the ones for politicians. They
Ah.
haven't touched that one. That one has not been turned into a Susu pension.
Right. So why? So ask King Deacon Amos Mitchell, right? Why he take away poor people like a thing where they have to contribute, and he can take away from himself and his cronies, right, and make themselves contribute. But they want to contribute to Polaris. But we go here on Polaris just now. Hold on.
We're going down that road tonight. We ain't going down that road yet.
Well, we're not going down the road just now. Trust me.
No, but this is serious business here, because I mean, you're speaking here of something, and I think a lot of folks may not have looked at it in that perspective, Kaji, that the government is actually dipping their hands into people's salary and taking out something that legally and otherwise they're not supposed to touch, to fund something that has been illegally conformed and put together, and giving the money to an illegal organization.
Yes. That's the point I'm making. Who tell you can take my money and give some group of people that you put together, some political hacks? Who give you that power? Who gave you that power? It's my money. I work for it. You understand me? It's not a tax. It's not a tax. That's the point.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way you can take away my money is if it's a tax. That Susu Act is not a tax. Mm-hmm. And everybody who's brighter and no more law, let's go in court and argue it. I have no problem with that.
Well, some people say there's a lawyer, so take them to court. They ain't afraid that. Some people say
gosh.
take them to court. They ain't afraid that.
Sheldon, hold on. Sheldon. Be careful what you wish for. Sheldon, be careful. Look, Sheldon, and I'm saying it boldly. Look, I've worked in Grenada. I've benefited from Grenada. I don't need any post or appointment to serve Grenada. I'm ready to challenge that to SWAC.
Yeah, and I think it's time. And the thing here, and let me say this to the public workers out there. You all just laying down and take this. You all just laying down and take this, and none of you are stepping forward and saying to your union or otherwise.
Sheldon, hold on. You're missing a point. Let me make a point.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people in the public service were there before 2025, so they don't care. You don't get the point?
Yeah.
It's only the people who got appointed after the passed the SUSU Act. And the present administration of the Public Workers Union don't care about these people. Sorry, I ain't getting into union politics here, but that's obvious.
Mm-hmm.
That is obvious. That's my opinion. They do not care about the new people who come. And that's first point. And second point, a lot of these people getting contracts. The same contracts that the NDC said on the campaign trail were illegal.
We don't want no contract. We want this contract thing. So they was getting on. We don't want no contract. This thing
Sheldon, I looked at some clips from the last election. You can't have that two. You can't have parallel public service. You have to have one. But you have more than parallel now.
Oh goodness. No, but it's very interesting. It's very interesting when you go back and you listen to some of the things that they said then and what you see them doing now. And you realize that they seem to have forgotten that there were recordings of what they said before.
No, it doesn't matter. You're still not getting the point.
Oh, they didn't care? Okay, all right. They didn't care.
We win already. Hold on, we win already. Make us go. That's the point.
Soon, the time will come.
No, I don't know about that. We win already. We inside. Get us out. That is the challenge. You get the message now?
Yes, I do. Yes,
right. So even if you could show them that they said blue and now they saying black, I can't hear.
So as it is right now, we have an illegal pension scheme that is in place that goes against the Constitution and the constitutional rights of the people in Grenada. A board that is basically illegal, a fund that is illegal as well. Because again, as you mentioned, it has to be a tax, and it's not a tax. They're just taking the 3% out of the people's salary. It's not a levy. It's not a tax for any special. You're taking the people money out of there and you're putting it into a fund.
Right. And the people who are managing the fund, who tell you I want them people to manage my money? Remember, the old pension came from the consolidated fund. You know?
Yes. And I think folks need to understand that.
And the entire government machinery was in charge of that.
Mm-hmm.
The people who pay me was in charge of my pension.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? And I was not contributing to it. That's what people not understanding it. Mm-hmm. I have an arrangement with the government of Grenada where I work under certain conditions and I get money. The money becomes my property. Under the 58 pension, nobody was touching my property except they deduct it for income tax and so on.
Yes.
Right? Under this arrangement, no. When you give me my property, you dip in your hand in it and taking it and give some other people to manage. I don't want any investment, a broker, I don't want that.
Before it even
For
reached
the-
to you, your 3% gone before it even reached to you.
Well, what you touching me thing for? If I want to buy sweetie for my child, leave me money to buy my sweetie. Don't touch my money. And that's what people not focusing on. Before the 25, before the act passed, before they make that Susu Act, the government was not touching public servant money.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, it's the poor people who getting hit with that, Not those. It's those who live in hand to mouth and living from paycheck to paycheck is the one who's affected,
Yeah.
The politicians are not affected.
They're still
They're
receiving
not
full
taking away.
voltage.
They're not taking away 3% from their salary.
So
So it's discriminatory.
they're still receiving
It's
their
discriminatory.
gratuity. They're still receiving their gratuity and their pension. The politicians.
That's why I'm saying it is discriminatory against poor people.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point. That is the very point I'm making. So, and that was one of the arguments. That was one of the arguments that we were floating in front of the court, because when the government was saying the ordinary workers have to rely only on what MNI, not MNI, Mina,
NIS. NIS.
NIS for the pension, right? That's what they were saying. They were getting the pension free. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Because members of the house never get affected by the NIS pension. You following me?
Yeah.
The people who were threatened were the same poor people working in the public service. You see? So here is another one again. It's the same thing. Remember I said on your program, Sheldon, that this is just another pension disqualification act. I told you that.
Yeah, it is.
I said it on your program. And I'm saying it again. I am ready and willing to ask the court to rule on that.
And it also means, Kaji, all of the people, because remember in the past few months, since the beginning of the year, a lot of the workers in the schools, those who are the contract workers in the schools and in a lot of places, were told, bring in your documents, we're going to make all your permanent. I've been hearing from them. They ain't hear back from them people. They bring in documents and they ain't hear back anything from them. One, I personally do not believe what they're doing is making them permanent. They're getting a letter. I think they say a letter from the cabinet secretary or something is what they're going to be getting. Not through the public service commission, but they're going to be getting a cabinet secretary letter.
But Sheldon, you're
Mm-hmm.
missing the point. You're missing the point. The Susu pension covers not just public service.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, it covers other statutory bodies.
So those people in National Lottery Authority, Gravel and Concrete, Airports Authority.
Yes, everybody under
Postal-
the Susu pension.
Postal
when
Corporation.
you see, you don't understand what they mean by permanent.
Mm-hmm.
They mean you're getting a work just as you get in Gravel and Concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Because now they're under the same Susu pension. That's the point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not an appointment by the Public Service Commission. What this administration is good at, I keep telling you, is confusing people.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing their own thing. Anyhow they feel they're doing it. And they're causing more confusion than anything else.
So even a person who is appointed under the Public Service Commission this week, Susu pension for them. Everybody,
Well, that's
Susu
what
pension.
that's what they are trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying they cannot succeed with that. Because the Public Service Commission's appointment is under the Constitution, and the Constitution has a definition of what a pension is.
Mm-hmm.
And if you vary that definition, you are varying the Constitution. That's a simple argument.
Mm-hmm.
So they could say whatever they want. That's my view on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my view on it. And I'll predict to you, when somebody is bold enough, you're going to find that, hold on, before NIS came into being, people were getting one pension, right?
Mm-hmm.
You really hearing me?
Yeah.
After 2022, people are getting two pensions. Not you understand my point now?
Mm-hmm.
Because in 2022, the court judgment was effectively you have to get your NIS and you have to get your 58 pension.
Mm-hmm.
You listen to me?
Yes.
You want to hear my prediction?
Let me hear you, sir.
When I finish with them, people will be getting three pensions. The 58, the NIS, and the SUSU.
Because you can't just take the 58 away from people.
No, you can't, except you change the constitution, as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm. Because it's constitution. It's not a law somebody put in place there just so. It's constitutional.
Well, Sheldon. Let me tell you. Let me throw a jab here. Your prime minister say he better than the king. So is King Deacon doing what he want? You ever went on the government website? You know who's the first picture at the top of the website?
The prime minister.
And the governor general come after, correct?
Yeah.
That just tells you the mindset of this administration. I don't talk. Goodbye, sir.
Right. Have a good night, sir. Thank you again for your input and always answering when we call. Right. Thank you so very much. I can't you go on me. Folks, the phone lines are open 440-7377. That's 440-7377. You can call us and get onto the inside. Folks, remember this Saturday we head into Telescope Junction, 6:30 p.m. We're going to be celebrating the birthday of political leader of the New National Party, the Honorable Emlyn Pear. And we're also going to be having a meeting out there. So looking forward to seeing you all, the citizens of St. Andrew Southeast and surrounding areas. But everybody go in and celebrate with Sister Emlyn on Saturday. All right? Yes, indeed. 440-7377. I know some of you have some questions and you would like to call, giving you the opportunity to call now. So you all understand, the 1958 pension is constitutional in nature. It is considered through the Constitution of Grenada. And to remove it, you would have to make a change to what? Not the law, to the supreme law of the land, the Constitution of Grenada. No such change to the Constitution has taken place. As such, you can't just make a law that goes against the Constitution. So to be telling workers now that, okay, you were appointed last week, and as such, you have no access to the 1958 pension, and you now only have access to the SUSU pension, is illegal. The whole construct, and again, it just continues to show the abject disregard that this administration has when it comes to the laws of Grenada and how things are to be done. Whether it's speaking of how they're handling the people's money, whether it is how they handle different aspects of the Grenadian society or different projects taking place, they're always just flouting the laws of Grenada, even when it comes to things as important as criminal matters. And again, I want to remind you all that on Sunday, we're heading up to Brizan, where there will be the memorial service for the late Senator, the Honorable Nealon Franklin. That's going to be taking place in Brizan this Sunday. If I remember correctly, it's starting around 6:30 p.m. Before the program is over, I'll give you the number for you all to get your T-shirts. Yeah? So those of you who are in the area, those of you who would like to come on out, remember it's going to be taking place in Brizan. That's this Sunday, the 24th. It's going to be taking place out there in Brizan. And right close, right around by the church there, the area in Brizan there. Yeah. So it's going to be taking place there, the candlelight vigil. And memorial in remembrance of the late Senator Nealon Franklin. And we're not forgetting, we hear they say they're doing coroner's inquest, and that is the last we hear. The last we have heard is that they're doing a coroner's inquest. We have heard nothing else since then. It seems as though the matter has gone into abeyance again. He disappeared. So, Brother Kaji, you might have to open your mouth and talk out. Not yet, anyway. Yeah, not yet. You had a fish to fry. Yeah. Other fish to fry, lobster to boil, other thing to, yeah. 4407377, that is the number for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. Yeah. Kaji, somebody's asking, Deacon was a PBC old boy asking if you teach him at PBC. So oh gosh, I see that question after Kaji go. But the phone lines are open for folks. 4407377. That is the number for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Yeah? Nice. Yeah. It's now 20 minutes to the hour of 10 o'clock. Good night to you, Nika. Hey. Hope you and small man okay there. Irvin out there in the... Kaji said no. He did not. Not just one no, I get a pile of no. No.
I'm standing here, firm and ready to fight a revolution. If this is a revolution, I said I got no.
And public workers, those of you that are within the system, you all are just there and allowing this thing to happen. You all are just within the public service. This is being done to you, and you all ain't standing up for it. Even if your union does not, on your behalf, stand up for it, then you all supposed to go to your union and demand that they stand up for it. Because you are being placed in a disadvantageous position. But again, the point, Kaji was teaching at GBSS. Okay, not PBC. All right, GBSS Kaji was teaching at. So, you're not responsible. Kaji is not responsible. He was teaching at GBSS, not PBC. Yeah, you have the situation here where you are being placed in a disadvantageous position. Now, yes, many of you who might be listening to the program right now, you may have already spent 10, 17 years, whatever, within the service. So by and large, you are supposed to qualify for the 1958 pension. Even though that is the case, money is being taken out of your salary illegally on a monthly basis. Not just taken out of your salary, illegally being removed from your salary and placed in an illegal fund under an illegal grouping. And all you ain't saying nothing. I have a feeling for a certain other Mitchell, they do that would be a different case, We have a call on the line. Hello, good night.
Good night, Chairman. Chairman, we want to know if Lotto closed down or not.
The last I heard is that the lottery draws are continuing. They are doing draws right now, so you all can continue to buy your tickets and so.
But everybody asking, we want to know what's going on. We don't know if they go with all the money or not.
No. There's an issue. I think there's a workplace issue regarding the quality of the workplaces. So there's the Carenage office. There's the one on Bruce Street Mall. Okay, yeah. There's an issue there where the quality of the workplace, so the quality of the air, is not at the standard. So people may be getting chest infection and those kind of things. You might find people getting sick and so. And it's because of the air quality. So the unions had pulled the workers off because they weren't getting the kind of responses. Because again, while you have the present manager of the National Lottery Authority and the former chairman of the National Lottery Authority, they found the money to end up all in France. They found the money to travel. They found the money to do all kind of things that they should not have been doing. The same manager who there right now putting on your NDC t-shirt and going to rally. The same manager. These people found the money to do all these other things. But they didn't find the money to take care of the workers. Again, just another instance of how these people don't care about you. Yeah? these people do not care about you. Because if they had cared about the workers there, they would have made sure that they secured the workers instead of jumping plane to go and lime in France. They would have made sure that they took care of the workers and where the workers, because the thing is, they have to go in the same place too, and they don't care about that because they don't want to spend as much time there as they want to. But the other workers are being challenged. Look, we have the situation that took place. You want to know how bad air quality is? I doesn't even want to talk about it most times. Why you think the Ministry of Education has been empty for most of the last couple months? It has been empty because of the death of Norman Gilbert, the late Norman Gilbert. Yeah? And it has been empty because there is a mold problem. I'm not saying there might be, I'm not saying there could be. I'm saying there is a black mold problem in the Ministry of Education. The same black mold that Deacon Mitchell and them demoted Norman Gilbert and sent him to go and work in. The same black mold they put him to work in that end up costing him his life. That is why, they're telling you that, that is why the Ministry of Education, sometimes you keep seeing the sending out thing, or people working from home, they're not working within the ministry and so. It took his death to save everybody else's life inside there. Because more of them would have go. And who knows how much damage has already been done to some of the workers there and some of the frequent visitors to the Ministry of Education building. They take him and they put him in our office, black mold. Gone to the great beyond. But there is a God above. And the day will come. The day will come when those who did what they did will have to answer. If you ain't answer on earth, you go answer elsewhere, you know. The elsewhere is the one you're really afraid. Only afraid the earth one now. The other one is the one only really afraid. The one down here, that one tame compared to the answer in the next place. All are we have to answer. I don't have to answer for the death of nobody. Because there are other names I could call that this government is either directly or indirectly involved in these people going to the great beyond. But I just ain't going down that road. But I'll tell you, they put him in a place with mold. And that is why what happened, happened. That is why these things taking place. So when you hear the union go in and tell the lotto workers, all you ain't working, they come out. When you see they go in there and they do that, the union have a right to do it. Because it's not like Lotto don't have the money to fix the problem. National Lottery Authority have the money to fix the problem. We have a caller on the line. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Good night
Calling
today.
back again.
Yes, go ahead.
I want to know about the sanitizer money, please, because I really need it to buy things for children.
That's the money from under the Faith program.
Yes, what we do in the school, the sanitizer in the school.
The Prime
I want
Minister?
to know about that money, please. I really need it.
Okay, my dear. No problem. The Prime Minister has said, he ain't paid. He says he's a lawyer, take him to court. So the matter is presently before the courts. Yeah, the matter is presently before the courts. I've seen the list of people, and it's not people, listen, the people who have to get paid under the Faith program by the government of Grenada, let me repeat, by the government of Grenada, the people who have to get paid under that program are not people that are being paid $9,000 and $10,000 like how they have people under WASH and under MIT that sit on home whole day and all they're doing is billing place for this one and billing place for that one out of government resources. This is not like them people and them under WASH. What they call the thing again? Is the people who do the WASH program. There's not like them, you know. There's not like the people under the MIT, you know, who collecting their WASH money. These are people with little $400 here and $300 there and 1,000 and so they 1,000 here and so and the 1,000 sometimes is because it's 2 or 3 together and so and the Prime Minister refused to pay these poor people. Refuse. He take $20,000 a month and rent a place when there's a prime minister's office, when there's a prime minister's house, sitting there, a prime minister's residence sitting there empty. No construction taking place. No move taking place to bring it up to the standard that he thinks it should be for a prime minister to live there. No intention of going there. But has already spent over $250,000. And that is just on the lower end of the estimate. Over $250,000 he's already spent on the house with the swimming pool where he find a prime minister supposed to be living. But people that owe the look of 400 and 300 take me to court. And all you will come and tell me that is a man that like people. He like himself. That is how they could jump plane that costing over 100,000 US when it could have cost a fraction of that to travel commercially. But no, want to bring his partner them to Lime. Want to bring his partner them to Pose. No government office they hold. One of them. The other one, the creator office for him. But for them to go and Lime, when they come back, they can't tell you how the state of Grenada benefit. You sign some MOU. Who cares about MOU? What is a MOU? It's a memorandum of understanding. I understand you, you understand me. How that benefiting us? How does that move to the next phase? Can't come back and tell us, oh, well, we've secured X amount. Come back and tell us that. And let me see the document. You feel like just coming back and tell us things. So, you want to see the documentation that, yes, you secured this amount of money. It's going to be paid over this amount of time. And this is the interest rate if it's a loan. Or if it's grant money that we're getting. Come back and tell us. Because right now, Project Pole and Risk is a set of bush. Now they put up sign, no entry. Somebody should kick it down. Yes, I'm saying it. Somebody should kick it down. That is we own. Nothing going on inside there. They want to hide the nothing. Because Jenny going in and well, right now if Jenny going, you can't even see the afro. You go hear Jenny talking, but you can't see the afro. Because only bush growing inside there. Well, you have to hope dry season comes so the thing could dry out. Folks, this is what is taking place in our country right now. They don't care. So they don't care about the workers in the National Lottery Authority. So the draws are going on, and so right now, I think they've changed the way that they're operating, but you can go ahead and purchase your tickets. And so those of you that do purchase your tickets, you can purchase your tickets and so on. The draws have resumed from what I've been hearing yesterday morning. The draws have resumed. They're going ahead with that part of it. But there is an existing issue. The lives of the workers in the National Lottery Authority are at risk. I'm telling you, we have a clear evidence of what took place when it came to Norman Gilbert. We saw what took place. And then you all jump under my live or anywhere and come and say, I don't know what I'm saying. I can like the MP for Guave. Let him go word. All you feel like you can't cuss? I could cuss too, They get to our girl. The difference with me is I have respect. I know who to cuss. Yeah? I ain't going and cuss no police officers. Yeah? I ain't going and get on with no wajang behavior. I don't have time for that. I ain't no wajang. All you know, some of them young people know is a wajang. I am not a wajang. I ain't have time for no wajang behavior. So I wouldn't go and stand up on stage with a beer in my hand when you're celebrating Karani James. All you forget that one? When you're celebrating Karani James and you're on stage up in Guave, I ain't going and stand up on the stage with a beer in my hand and say, make some noise. No, I ain't going and do them kind of thing. I have respect. I ain't going down the road and saying the police trying to we up. I ain't going down the road and saying them kind of thing. I ain't waiting in the middle of a hurricane. Police officers had to leave the family and so on, come to Carriacou, and those in Carriacou wondering what's going on with the people and so. And because you find they don't move in at the speed you want them to move with all the challenges they have at that point in time, I ain't watching them and bust some mother so and F sharp in the tail. I ain't doing like a certain senator who name calling in something else from St. Patrick and watch police officers and tell them if they don't effing know who I is. Because I drunk, apparently, on Carnival Monday night. And try and say it ain't true. The time will come, you know. Try and tell us that it's not true. Come out and say something. Well, you can't come out and say something because you know it's true. And you know that there's video evidence of you. Yeah? You know that there's video evidence of you. So try and say it's not true. Just try. My only problem is them police and them supposed to arrest all you. When they get on, like, arrest them on this. If all you did arrest the first one, you wouldn't have the second, the third, and the fourth. If all you did arrest the first one, men of the Royal Grenada Police Force and ladies of the Royal Grenada Police Force, you all know I respect you all a lot. You all know me and all you good. Even when they send all you to my house, all you know, we good. But at the end of the day, all you can't let things like that get away. What they going to do? Demote you? Take them to court? You ain't even getting back the rank you have, you know, you're getting the one above that. And they still have to pay you our money too. Take them to court, arrest them. They can't gonna talk to you how they want. You stop one in a traffic stop, you watch all you and you just drive off. Arrest them. They can't be breaching the law. You're supposed to be a lawmaker. And while you are a lawmaker, you're a lawbreaker? No, man. Arrest them. Are you afraid? Are you afraid to make them go and sit down inside a cell? Why? Are you joking? I know some police in the past where they taking joy and do it. We sitting minister, we care about that. Arresting your same strength. The law says this, you have breached the law, they arrest you the same strength in a cell. Yeah? Deal with your same time. Are you afraid? Oh, are you afraid these people saw these other puff wannabe revolutionaries? Are you afraid? A bunch of puff. You can't afraid them. In Creole, they call them volets. All you know is a volet? We have a bunch of volets that run in our country right now. They are a bunch of volets. Pull your dictionary right now, your Creole dictionary, and check what I'm calling them. They are a bunch of volets. You want me to clarify it for you? They volé with money. Yeah? They volé with money. That is what taking place. They are a bunch of volé. I make sure while I was there, I learned some Creole. No? I know how to cuss in Creole. I can't say I cuss. They volé. And they volé bad. Yeah? Folks, we're coming close to the end of tonight's program. And look at that. I don't even deal with the CPI. You know, I end up going off on a tangent with the pension and I do deal with the CPI. The Consumer Price Index. So we're going to have to leave that one for tomorrow night. But before I leave tonight, let me just let you all know quickly what's going on with the fuel cost. Yeah, the fuel price, they sent it out today. So for those of you that may not have full up today, because they put out the cost today when you're at the full up today. So the cost of the fuel remains at $17 there. Yeah, it still remains at $17 for the gasoline, $17 for kerosene. For diesel, kerosene has gone up by $3.20. I could pretty well assure you that had it not been pegged now at the 17, the cost of gasoline and diesel would have gone up. Yeah, although we had it at 15, they have it at 17. And they're trying to convince you that 17 is better than 15. Eh? But anyhow, it's better for them, not for you. As usual, the 20-pound cylinder, that remains the same. The 100-pound cylinder, though, has a $26.15 increase up to $302.15. Yeah, and bulk also has a 25-cent increase. And while we may say in a lot of instances, like I was speaking to a friend of mine this morning, and they were saying when it comes to this, we tend to consider that this is for the rich people. No, it is not only for the rich people. Let me tell you how this affects you, the average person out there. A lot of folks, when we are on the run, we buy fast food. We go and we buy a roti from by Sandra. We go and we get a bus up shot somewhere, or we might get a oil down by Ant's Nest, or we go somewhere and we go and we buy food. And the cost of producing that food is going up because the cost of the gas is going up. So the cost of the food is going up as well. You see people saying, hey, what I used to sell you for $15 is now $17. What I used to sell you for $20 is now $24. You're seeing it happening, and it's because they are facing the increase in prices as well. And we know the situation with Carriacou and Petit Martinique when it comes to the fuel costs as well. So I just wanted to give you all that one. Tomorrow we're going to talk a bit early about the consumer price index, because there's some significant increases there for the last consumer price index that has come out. There's some significant increases there. We speak a bit about one or two other things from the government gazette that they stopped put online. But certain people make sure that we could get the government gazette. All right? Nice indeed, folks. It's been wonderful being here with you tonight, and in everything you say and do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. But before I run out, I just want to remind you all of several things. One, remember the meeting that's taking place at Telescope Junction this Saturday. That's going to be from 6:30 p.m. Everybody come out. You come in and celebrate the Honorable Emlyn Pierre's birthday with her. Then on Sunday, remember there is that candlelight vigil memorial going to be taking place in Brizan for the late Senator Nealon Franklin. And then again, folks, remember I mentioned to you all, we have to get 2 people into England. Hoping we could do it this week. We need your assistance. Those of you that really can, contact me. Let me put you in contact with the family. I cannot give the details live on air. When you call me, we can speak. 421-7279, 406-5422. If you call and I don't answer, just send a WhatsApp. I will respond. Just send a WhatsApp, because sometimes with the calls, I get so much calls coming in on a daily basis and so on sometimes that I don't get back to everybody. While I'm doing the program, I remember about 4 people extremely important that I get back to that I did not get back to today. That I must see every now and again. I'm making a note on the side here. That's people that I need to get back to first thing in the morning as soon as it's after 8. Yeah? So folks, that's all the time we have for tonight. Do enjoy the rest of your night. We'll be back tomorrow night with more talking points for you. Don't let these people disrespect you. Don't let them disrespect you. Yeah? Don't let them disrespect your parents and them sacrifice to educate you. Or your sacrifice to educate yourself. Don't let them do it. Yeah? I am out.
Get ready for the onslaught. You mad? They think they get away with. I'm a real bad man. I was the first one to win independence from 3 times in a row. But they never even invite me to one of the independent show. They say me and Usman Kelly singing political songs like we have an ulterior motive to bring the government down. But I tell them, hold on, wait a while. I won't let political vampires grab my style. They could take a look at all my independent songs. I never sing politics, always write some sweet lyrics. So I don't know where they get this stinking idea from. Hey, somebody tell Makani gang a mistake they make to rap with young song. I'm in tongue real long, I know what is going on. They could leave me out from semi-final, that will never stop me at all. I'm in tongue real long, I know what is going on. They had their thing well planned to give the shanty man, so they leave out them bad man. They know they're gonna take the crown, up the Paris set. So they make a big man wet. They say that we ain't good, we can't eat that yellow food. Hey! Walk to them. It was disrespectful. What they label it, man. the barricade. You fly up in a rage. That's why baby Jesus, he got you ignorant. Whoa, boy. Up to you. For the run things. Wrong man to deal with. I'm a real bad man. I know some people will never like the fire that I'm spitting out. So all who can stand the heat, just come and box me in me mouth. As when scholar running up him out and keep me chill and NNP. Realize his same set all you lads up be jumping and clapping for you. Some people bad-minded and head just for the eye. According to doing it, it me so wrong and right. So right now I really don't give a damn what critics say. I come in with a gun blessing, I don't paying anything. So nobody cannot tell me what the hell to sing. One kid which is selling passport, all you want to strangle him like a goat. I'm in tongue real long, I know what is going on. No passport selling more than rum in shop. I don't hear nobody talking about that. I'm in tongue real long, I know what is going on. Bullets flying like butts, but I don't hear in a word. From the commissioner, neither the prime minister. Everybody mouth and lock, no one is afraid to talk. Right now I go say it blunt, all you hypocrite mouth, boy. Ah, I had to call a girl CBI money boy, but I hear most of it outside there. I like about to say he's in Dubai. You see right now, out and bad, out and bad, out and bad. This year, out and bad, out and bad, out and bad, out and bad. I get in and out and bad.
I wanna cry. Enough is enough. Time for we to get tough. Nobody have the belly to bring back the death penalty. The last hanging in this country was in 1970. But when I see so much heinous crime, that does bother me mind. But raping children who can't change their clothes is fitting enough for the gallows. And when I see so many people fall for Ariel situation, I came up with a plan how to bring back the hangman. Look, they ball in Antigua, tears for Grenada. They ball down in Trinidad. They never know things here was so bad. Look, they ball around the country. They cry for the family. Between you and me, that is the most balling I ever see. So I form a committee, I take in the trials out of courtroom walls. And all these criminals getting hanged by the balls. So we go hang them by the ball. We go sling them by the ball. We go fling them by the ball. We go hang them by the balls. Man, as soon as the trap door falls, all these criminals getting hanged by the balls. So if it's children they want to rape, ball for them. Don't let them buggers escape. Ball for them. Little kids who can do their chores. Ball for them. This thing is fitting enough for the gallows. Not a word of prayer at their funerals. We hanging them by the balls. Of Uncle Gary, 3 men rape and kill a lady. Gary and the judiciary pop the neck instantly. Look, they rape and kill Donna Swan and leave her to sting by Pam. And poor little Britney, for days we couldn't find she body. And when I remember how we ball for Ariel situation, I came back with a plan how to bring back the hangman. Look, we balling every day for getting away. We ball on the radio, we never never know how we country comes so. We crying by Shaggy, bring back the penalty. From since 83, that's the most balling I ever see. So a farmer committee are taking the trial out of courtroom walls, and all these criminals getting hanged by the balls. So we go hang them, we go sling them, we go fling them, we go hang them. Man, as soon as the cutting falls, all sex criminals getting hanged by the balls. So all who getting touched by their fathers, ball for them, with no support from the mothers, ball for them. All who getting pregnant in school, ball for them. While them teachers playing cool, not a word of prayer at the funerals, we hanging them by the balls. Human rights people reason and fight capital punishment, but situation down here too gruesome and severe. From age 1 to 99, playing victim all the time. From penetration to group, I propose in the rope. And when I see how Grenadians balling for the crimes, you will agree they don't deserve leniency, and so book the committee that tried them out of prison walls, and all sex criminals getting hanged by the balls. So we go hang them, we go sling them, we go fling them, we go hang them. Man, as soon as the cutting falls, all these criminals getting hanged by the balls. So if it's little boys they love to touch, ball for them. Some of the mass men in the church, ball for them. Like to pick little children rose, ball for them. This thing is fitting enough for the gallows, not a word of prayer in the funerals. We hanging them by the balls.
Some wouldn't like it, but I just got to sing my song. Is the wisdom and the knowledge that Jah give to I man. Sometimes I just sit down and study how a poor man does be so unlucky. Sometimes I just sit down and wonder how a poor man does have to suffer. So anything you do right as a poor man, they'll say you wrong. Anything you do right as a poor man, they'll say you wrong. Living with the high cost of living, hear what some people doing. The rich man balling out mother, while is the poor that feeling the pressure. Anything you do right as a poor man, they'll say you wrong. And no matter what you do as a poor man, they'll say you wrong. A rich man will go to the forest and buy some land. When time to walk it, he come to call the poor man. It's the poor man who take the struggle. Sometimes he could end up in trouble. As soon as he get old and feeble, the rich man say, boy, you are able. So no matter what you do as a poor man, they'll say you wrong. And anything you do right as a poor man, they'll say you're wrong. Living with the high cost of living, hear what some people doing. The rich man balling one mother, but it's the poor that feeling the pressure. turn up no true. So any right thing you do as a poor man, they'll say you're wrong. And no matter what you do as a poor man, they'll say you're wrong. Living in the high cost of living, hear what some people doing. The rich man balling from money, when he's a poor that feeling the pressure. Any right thing you do as a poor man, they'll say you're wrong. And no matter what you do as a poor man, they'll say you're wrong. And no matter what you do as a poor man, they'll say you're wrong. And no matter what you do as a poor man, they'll say you're wrong.
Oh, Grenada, playing for Grenada, Mama, oh. Ba-da-da-doy, ba-ba-dam-ba-doy, ba-ba-da-da-doy. The love I got down in me heart for my country, what cannot express. So I always prepare to give him just receive less. No matter what the consequence might be, whether day or night, once it's all for the good of my country, I'm ready to fight. Some may find it strange, but I never change. My philosophy endures, always country first. So I will climb over the highest wall when my country call. Hail, hail, Grenada, I give myself to thee. Yes, man, that's why I'm playing. I always playing. Good God, I'm playing for Team Grenada. Yes, man, I always playing. I keep on playing. Good God, I'm playing for Team Grenada. And that's a fact. Eh, ba-da-ba-da-dan-di-dan-doy. Playing for Grenada. Ba-ba-da-da-doy. Ba-ba-da-da-doy. Some may say that the grass is much greener on the other side. So anytime they get an opportunity, they come for the ride. They don't care if it's lightning or thunder, whether hot or cold. They wake up every day and they work for the pot of gold. And while they play their part, showcasing their skills, ignoring the dangers of the mines on the playing field. But when it comes down to the local game, they won't do the same. Hail, hail, Grenada, I give myself to thee. Yes, man, that's why I'm playing. I always playing. Good God, I'm playing for Team Grenada. Yes, man, I always playing. I keep on playing. Good God, I'm playing for Team Grenada. And that's a fact. Eh, ba-da-ba-da-dan-di-dan-doy. Playing for Grenada. Oh, mama, hoy. Oh, mama, hoy. When you see me with me son, me hammer, in the burning sun, I'm only come out to play my part in the reconstruction. But I listen to the words of my granny, and she always said, from the doctor to the sanitary worker, they have a part to play. So the sweat you see
running down on me. It's no accident, but my investment in this little paradise, all the Isle of Spice. Hey, I give myself to me. Yes, man, that's why I'm playing. I always play